NBA packs that sound fake but are actually true. Part 36 Home Alone is the oldest player in NBA history to score a triple-double. He did this at the age of 40 years old and 127 days against the Spurs on November 28, 2003 while he was on the Lakers. Josh Giddey is the youngest player in NBA history to triple-double. He was 19 years old in 84 days. He did this against the Mavericks in January 2, 2022. Karl dropped 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Josh dropped 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 14 assists. These players live by the concept that age is just a number, and all their stats were under 18 from points, rebounds, and assists. Joel Embiid has a rather strange free throw habit. He has a tendency to scratch his bomb and then sniff his fingers before taking his free throw attempt. Now, this doesn't happen for every attempt, but now fans are starting to take notice. Some are betting if you will do this on future at times or not. Pay attention when Joel Embiid is back on the line. Is an NBA player had a game with 29 points, 11 assists, and 13 rebounds for most players. That would be the best game of their career if Nikola Jokic drops those numbers. All of his averages would actually decrease the season at the time of this recording. He's averaging 29.7 points per game, 11.7 assists, and 13.7 rebounds. Nikola could join Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson as players who averaged a triple-double for a season. Speaking of Ross, he has the most triple-doubles in NBA history, as both a starter with 195 and as a bench player with 5. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 26.8 points per game. Jalen Brunson is averaging 25.2 points per game. The last time a Garden in the Center duo averaged over 25 points per game was the 2002-03 Lakers, with Kobe Bryant dropping 30 and Shaq dropping 27.5, the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise. 15-game win streak came to an end when the Celtics beat them 120-17. The last NBA team to win 15 straight games to start a season was the 1993-94 Houston Rockets, who started their season 15-0 as well. They ended up winning the title that year. Will history repeated? Speaking of history repeating itself at the time of this recording, both the Warriors and the Cavaliers are #1 in their conferences. Could we see another Cavs versus Warriors finals? And speaking of the Warriors, Steph, Clay, and Draymond do not have the most playoff wins for a trio. They're actually third all-time with 98 wins. Second place is Magic Johnson, Kareem, and Michael Cooper with 110 playoff wins. And first place is Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan with 126 playoff wins this season. Anthony Davis became the first liqueur with 30-plus points to start a season's first 2 games since Kobe Bryant, and he became the third liqueur ever with 35-plus games in the first 2 games, joining Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Going down south to the Houston Rockets, Tari Easton has 162 steals so far this season, which is second most in the N. A crazy thing is he's been coming off the bench every game so far. And Helperon Shengo has the most assists for a center at the age of 23. Could he become the next Nikola Jokic? So here was yet another episode of NBA Facts that sound fake but are actually true. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on.